Hello. Alright. So, the topic of this video is gonna be on sun gazing and sunbathing. What is it? What are the benefits? Should you do it? Who am I? What is your true purpose in life? Okay, no, for real though, sun gazing, and I just gotta say right off the bat, actually, I am not a doctor, and I am not here, I cannot give you any kind of medical advice, and I'm not gonna tell you to I'm not gonna recommend you to do anything that I tell you in this video, because everyone is different. And even in the case of sun gazing, for some people it might actually cause damage to them in some ways. It's not suitable for everyone. So all that aside, you know, I can't tell you what to do. This video is merely just gonna be about what I do and why I do it. Funny enough, I'm actually doing this video in the shade and not in the sun, because it's fucking like 26 degrees. It's super hot. The sun is at the center of our solar system and is the single most important source of energy for all living things on this planet. Especially for me, getting sunlight is crucial. So let me tell you a bit about what I do. So my daily morning routine involves coming out into usually this like little park, but I like to just come out here when the sun is really bright right there and just take off my shirt and fucking just open up my body and let the sun just hit my body. And that's called sunbathing. Essentially, you're just like tanning, I guess you could say. It's not for the benefits of getting a tan. I don't even do it for that long. I do it for probably like 5 minutes. Like I face the sun and then I do it on my back. If somebody walks by while I'm doing it, it's just gonna be kind of weird. I mean, it's chill. You can do this wherever. You can do this in your backyard if you have one, on your deck if you're comfortable doing that. Just, you know, any way to get sun on your body. That's how you sunbathe, essentially. There's a lot of benefits to absorbing and just getting all that natural sunlight. Like, first of all, sunlight stimulates the production of serotonin and dopamine in your body's tissues, which are responsible for creating those happy feelings. It also regulates your hormones. Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that is tied to the states of wakefulness and well-being. And when you get sunlight, adequate sunlight in the morning when you wake up, it actually resets your circadian rhythms, because some of the light hits your optic nerve and it sends signals to your brain to stop producing melatonin until nighttime. Humans are diurnal, or we are daytime creatures. You know, we are not nocturnal animals like owls or bats. So we function best within the same cycle as the sun. You know, we sleep at night and we get up with the sun in the morning. In the same way that the sun allows all physical life to exist on this planet, you better believe that the sun plays a huge role in our physical and spiritual health as well. Essentially, all cultures in the world throughout history have valued the sun as like the ultimate good, you know, has always viewed the sun in a positive light. No pun intended. It's only been in the past 30 years that our culture has really feared and devalued the effects of the sun. You know, people are now afraid of catching skin cancer if they're out in the sun for more than an hour or 2 hours. Too much of anything is bad for you. Studies are now saying 50% of the world's population is deficient in vitamin D, which is the sunlight vitamin, you know, and it plays huge roles in our health, man. It serves so many functions in our body, from our immune health to our cognitive health. I know it helps with calcium absorption, so, you know, stronger bones, prevents things like diabetes, Alzheimer's, obesity. It's literally linked to so many functions in our body, and 50% of the world is deficient in it. That's crazy. That is crazy. And understand that when it comes to all these different vitamins and supplements that you need, there's a minimum dose and there's an optimum dose. So even if you meet the minimum dose of whatever vitamin D for example, it's still not at the optimal dose. The optimal dose is how much of a vitamin or substance that is required to actually like produce the maximum amount of benefit. You know what I'm saying? So you want to reach the optimum dose for all your vitamins, for all the things that you need. And that's why I personally take a lot of supplements every day. My friends make fun of me. They say I'm like a cancer patient, because if you see like the amount of shit that I take, like after my first meal I take like 10 different little pills, 10-12 different little vitamins, pills. I'm not recommending you do that. I'm just telling you how it is. Like, I take a lot of shit, man. Omega-3s, a lot of little mushrooms like lion's mane, reishi mushrooms, cordyceps. I take what else? I take Rhodilla rosea. I take a lot of shit. I recommend doing your own research. I start with a resource like examine.com, and that kind of talks about all these different supplements. Again, do your own research. Do what feels right for you. You are what you eat, and if you can't get everything from your diet, which like most people, then you should consider taking supplements maybe. And now, sun gazing. People can all agree that you do need sunlight. Sunlight is important. There's no major argument to that, right? But all of a sudden, if I talk about sun gazing, then people will start to be like,
oh, whoa, I don't know if I believe in all that. I don't know if I believe in staring at the sun. Doesn't that make you blind?
It can be very dangerous. If you like, for example, you need to make sure when you're sun gazing that you do so only during sunrise and sunset. Don't do it during the afternoon when the sun is at its brightest. That could actually cause damage to your retinas, to your eyeballs. It can cause major damage, and you could potentially go blind. You shouldn't be afraid of staring at the sun during sunrise and sunset, because during those times the sun rays aren't as strong, and so you can actually stare at it for a bit and it won't really cause much damage to you. There's this very popular sun gazer, and his name is Hera Manek. I think that's how you say it. And basically he lived off only water and sunlight for 13 years. He occasionally drank like tea and buttermilk during like social occasions or whatever, and I think he said during those 13 years he only ate solid food 6 to 7 times, so something like that, like full disclosure. But I mean, 13 years of basically just sunlight and water, and that's how he lived. And there's multiple studies that were done on him to kind of confirm this. Like, there were studies done by the University of Pennsylvania. The longest study done was for 411 days, where they like carefully observed him, and yeah, he only drank water through that 411 days. So it sounds crazy, right? Like, it doesn't sound believable. And also, I don't blame him for eating 6 to 7 times during that 13 years, because fucking let him go eat a fucking sandwich, bro, after all those years of fucking just sun gazing and drinking water. Like, come on. He was a subject to a lot of these scientific studies, basically confirming that he did live off only water and sunlight. And it's literally crazy, you know, because it goes against everything that I've at least been taught about food. Like, you can't go more than 30 days without food and live, I thought. You know what I'm saying? I thought, let alone be healthy and thriving. Like, this guy was actually healthy. I remember they measured the size of his pineal gland, and it was like much larger than the average size, because the sunlight actually grows your pineal gland. That's one of the effects of sun gazing. What is the pineal gland? Basically, it's a little gland in the middle of your brain, and it's known as the third eye. That's what the third eye is referred to. Ajna chakra. They call it the seat of the soul in other cultures. It's responsible for your circadian rhythms, so for producing melatonin. But it's also really rare in that it's the only part of the brain that produces DMT, the God molecule. DMT is that thing that you take and see fucking all these hallucinations, and it's only released when you're born and when you die. That's hella fucking interesting to me, because I think, like, what the fuck is DMT, and why the fuck is this shit only produced when you're born and when you die? Yeah, and this man claims that he was able to heal his mind, body, and spirit using just sunlight. And that sounds fucking crazy. There's so much about reality that we don't actually know. Trying to understand the world through a purely scientific lens is going to cause a lot of limitations on your thinking. So just be aware of that. Fuck! Alright, I'm gonna redo my last part that I said. Anyways, DMT is such a strange chemical, because what is this thing, you know? It's like, and why is it only made in the pineal gland? Like, it's so interesting. You should only sun gaze, again, during daylight, sunrise and sunset, because otherwise the rays are gonna be too strong for you. Sunlight should charge you with energy, peace of mind, and lift your mood up like nothing else, man. Really, sunlight is that powerful. It balances and optimizes your circadian rhythm, which has influence over every physiologic system in your body, from your mood to your energy to your cognitive function to your immune health to reproductive health. It literally has influence over all of that. So make sure you get fucking enough sunlight, man. 50% of the world is deficient in vitamin D. That's crazy. We're deficient in sunlight. It's literally outside. And I get it, if you live in like Alaska, like shit, man, you should take some vitamin D supplements. But you know, if you live in a fairly sunny place, man, you should have no excuse. Be out into the sun, be out in nature. Don't have to sun gaze. Again, that's purely optional. I do it occasionally, because the only reason I do it occasionally is because I don't get up normally during sunrise. I be getting up later than that, and during sunset usually I don't have time to be outside and looking at the sun. But sometimes I do. Sometimes I do go outside and just stare at the sun during sunset. Those are all the benefits of sun gazing and sunbathing. Hello. We are children of the sun, man. And just like a plant, we need sunlight and water and nutrients to grow and be alive. And in the greater scheme of the universe, we are about at the same level as a plant. You know, we are just all life forms. Never neglect the power of this amazing free ball of energy that we have outside. It fucking does so much good to us, man. And if you're one of the type of people who are afraid of the sun, man, let that shit go, bro. Just let it go. Let go of the need for sunscreen. Let go of it. I mean, I guess if you're going on the beach and you don't want to get fucking sunburnt, okay. But come on, you don't need it to put on sunscreen if you're going on a short little walk outside. If you're doing anything like that, man, just absorb the sun. Sunscreen actually blocks out the ultraviolet light that is needed to produce vitamin D. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about sun gazing. Go out and try it for yourself, man. I would recommend add it to your morning routine to just go out. You don't have to take off your shirt, but just go out in the sun. It's fucking amazing. I love the sun, man. If I could make love to the sun, bro, I would put my in the fucking sun if I could. I love the sun so fucking much. I love the sun. He's my son. Go out there and fucking feed off the sun, bro. Fuck it, man. I need to fucking go. Come with me, bruh. Come with me. Come with me, bruh. You see that fucking sun, bro? Do you see that sun? This tripod is fucking way too hard to... Dude. If you ain't fucking with the sun, I cannot fuck with you. We are not compatible. The sun is... Oh my god. Oh my god, you think I just came in my pants? Oh shit, look at that. In the greater scheme of the universe, we are essentially just on the same level as plants, man. We're all life forms. And just like plants, we need sunlight, water, and nutrients from the soil, aka food, to grow and to be alive. If you neglect one of the three things, your life is gonna be over. You will die. So get your sunlight. Sun gaze if you want to. And I'm out. But goodbye.